I graduated and I realized that I literally went to school all these years just to get a job and work, I was flabbergasted.
I am shocked and appalled.
Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about my experience transitioning from college to corporate America. I'm going to give you guys my take and some tips and tricks that I've used to help me navigate my way through corporate America. So let's get into it. Well, the first thing that I faced when transitioning from college to corporate America is post-grad depression. Post-grad depression is basically those feelings of anxiety or depression once you graduate college, just from feeling the pressures to succeed or establish yourself in the real world. There's a lot of people who suffer from it, but they just don't speak on it. But it's completely normal. When college students are going through college, your ultimate goal is to graduate and get a job in your field. But once graduation day comes, and let's say you have that job in your field, it's like, then what? Like, you've accomplished that ultimate goal that you've had for the last 18 years. Now it's time to think bigger, and the world is really your oyster. Personally, when I graduated and I realized that I literally went to school all these years just to get a job and work, I was flabbergasted.
I am shocked and appalled.
And it was ultimately depressing. What kept me afloat is that I was making big girl money, and we love big girl money. The second thing that I experienced when transitioning from college to corporate America is imposter syndrome. So the clinical definition of imposter syndrome is a psychological occurrence in which an individual doubts their skills, talents, accomplishments, and has a persistent internalized fear of being exposed as a fraud. Now there's 5 types of imposter syndrome, and I'm gonna go through each one. Try to see where you guys fit under this umbrella, because we all go through this, but once again, it's something that is ultimately never talked about. So the first type of imposter syndrome is the perfectionist. People who are perfectionists, they set very high goals for themselves, and they believe that there's always something that could have been done better. And putting that pressure on yourself causes imposter syndrome. The second type of imposter syndrome is the expert. This is when you don't know everything about a particular subject. Because you don't know everything, or because you haven't mastered this skill, it makes you feel like you're dumb or not knowledgeable about the subject, which can cause imposter syndrome. Number 3, the superhero. These are the people who tend to work 10 times harder than the others just to prove their worth. A lot of those people are seeking validation. They just want people to see that they are providing value. The fourth type of imposter syndrome is the natural genius. These are the people where skills tend to come to them naturally. They're used to picking things up on the first try. Everything just comes naturally. When they aren't able to get things right the first time, or if they struggle doing something, they tend to develop imposter syndrome. They start thinking, oh, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, I don't know how to do this. Sometimes they give up quickly. The fifth type of imposter syndrome is the individualist. These are the people who are very independent. They want to be able to do everything on their own and be self-efficient. You don't want to bother anyone for anything because you think that asking for help makes you look not knowledgeable, makes you look incompetent. Personally, I have experienced every single one of those types of imposter syndrome.
Yep, that's me.
I graduated from a HBCU and I went into corporate America, and I was not only the youngest person on my team, but I was the only African American on my team. I didn't feel like I could embrace myself as much as I could when I was at school, and I'm sure it may make some people uncomfortable, but I am who I am and I can't change it. All that I can be is me.
It is what it is.
My tips on how to overcome post-grad depression and imposter syndrome is as follows. Number 1, use this time as an educational experience. Take this time to really learn what you like, what you don't like, and get to know yourself a little better. Corporate America will expose those inner parts of you that you never know existed. Number 2, find out what makes you happy outside of work. My mom always tells me that, the people who truly love and value me are outside of those 8 hours a day. It was really important for me to find my identity outside of my work.
Be who you are.
Number 3, find a mentor or a therapist. Find someone who you can vent to and just be very transparent and candid about what it is that you're experiencing. I really want people to break out of the mindset that something has to be wrong with you, or you have to be struggling with something, or you have to be going through something, to go to therapy and get the help that you need.
Stop it. Get some help.
Number 4, release the pressures of society. Know that you are doing your absolute best. As long as you did the best that you could possibly do, that is all that matters. I'm sure your friends, your family, they expected you to graduate and just become the president of the United States. But guess what, boo? I'm not. I'm sitting at this office in this cubicle doing the best that I can. Number 5, know that you are not alone in what you're feeling. Number 6, most importantly, delayed is not denial. You are on your own timeline. You're exactly where you're supposed to be at this current moment, and you need to trust that process and embrace where you are, because what you don't want to do is be a few steps ahead of yourself. Stay where you are and just ride your course. Your gifts and your passions will always make room for you in due time, but you must go through the process, because the process will equip you with the necessary tools and resources that you need to succeed in that place that you are trying to get to. I hope this helps someone. I hope that we can continue the conversation on mental health in corporate America and college graduates, career development. It can be very, very, very stressful. Just know that you are not alone, and if you don't know anyone else, you know me, and I'm always happy to talk to you guys more about my experiences and even your experiences that you faced in college or in corporate America or perhaps in high school. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.